Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. This is Aisha Qureshi, and welcome to my channel Immersive English. Today, we are going to study William Wordsworth's best known poem, Daffodils. Daffodils was inspired by an event on 15th April 1802 in which Wordsworth came across a long belt of mesmerizing daffodils. First of all, I'll give you a brief introduction of William Wordsworth and then teach the poem stanza by stanza, explaining it thoroughly. We will also do critical appreciation of this masterpiece. Hope you would be with me throughout the video. Before we get into the video, please like and subscribe my channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss any of my videos. William Wordsworth was born in England in April 7, 1770. His first poems, Descriptive Sketches and An Evening Walk, were published in 1793. Throughout Wordsworth's work, nature provides a never-ending influence on the human mind. In his poetry, we observe childhood as an exceptional time of innocence. He believed children have a magical bond with nature. Loneliness and regrets of separation are also a very major subject in his poetry. Maybe early death of his mother caused him to write on the theme of solitude. Here at your side is the poem Daffodils, a masterpiece of Wordsworth. Let me recite it for you, and then I would take the privilege to explain it to you stanza by stanza. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Let me explain stanza number 1. In the first stanza, the poet uses the first person pronoun I to personalize whatever he says. He uses the poem by expressing his loneliness when he says, I wandered lonely as a cloud. Then soon he uses descriptive imagery using the words host of golden daffodils and fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Wordsworth allows the readers to experience the magic of seeing golden daffodils beside the lake. Near the daffodils, the waves are shining on the bay, but daffodils seem more delightful to the speaker than the waves. The peaceful language and description of the beauty allows the reader to feel carefree and at ease. Let me explain stanza number 2. Viewers, as you can feel, the speaker shifts his focus from the daffodils and compares them with stars. The poet helps the readers experience the majesty of seeing 10,000 stars at a glance. Here the readers may feel they are not on earth anymore, but rather in a majestic and mesmerizing place. Perhaps heaven. Personification is used when the daffodils are described as tossing their heads. This gives readers the feeling this peaceful utopian place is also lively and spirited. Let me explain stanza number 3. The third stanza continues with the personification, portraying how the waves danced and the daffodils outdid the sparkling waves in glee. This personification of the daffodils also shows their effect on the speaker. Then the poet shifts the focus back to himself as a poet when he says, "A poet could not but be gay." This verse reveals that the poet was in the complete trance of this beautiful scene. When he says, "What wealth the show to me had brought," shows that the sight of the golden daffodils enriched his life and brought wealth to him. Here he doesn't mean any jewels or money or other worldly material, but only peace and joy. Let me explain stanza number 4. In the fourth stanza, the poem shifts from a joyful tone to one of pensive thought. The poet no longer sees the golden daffodils and the sparkling waves, but he never forgets the wondrous scene when he says, "They flash upon that inward eye," reveals that he not only still has the memory of the beautiful daffodils, but that he also kept the memory of how they made him feel. He expresses in the last verse, "And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils." It reveals that the speaker has either been dreaming or had an experience in which he caught a glimpse of heaven. It is clear that Wordsworth holds on to the memory of this experience to give him hope in life. Daffodils was composed in early 19th century. The poem raises a very common aspect of nature, daffodils, which are compared to stars. I think this poem is successful in letting the people love nature and understand its impact on humans. It also portrays how wonderful and astounding God's creations are. The poem comprises of 4 stanzas, and the language the poet has used is simple, attractive, and beautiful. With this, we come to the end of the lesson. I do hope you understood the concept. If you have any queries, comment down below. Let me know if you want to study any specific poem. I leave with the hope that you would appreciate my humble effort. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.